Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. This time we'll be making a new multiplayer mechanic where you can go to a character pot and you can switch your skins and you can spawn with the new character class, allowing you to make infinite number of skins or attachments for your character. So if I move up to this character pot and I interact with it, you can see that I swap to my new skin, and same goes for the other player. I interact with it and now we're both having the same skin. And yeah, let's get started. Alright, so first off, we want to actually make sure that we can spawn our character in, because currently if we go to world settings, you can see I have my BP third person character selected. So when I press play, I'm going to be spawning as that character, which we don't want. We want to spawn in our character. And if you've chosen a character class, you want to spawn in as that chosen class. So first we're going to remove our default pawn class here. And then you're going to notice if I play, nothing is going to happen because I don't have a character added. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to make sure that we can actually spawn our character. For that, we're going to go into our game instance class. We're going to make a new variable so we can keep track of the class you've chosen. And I'm going to call this character class. And it should be of type character and then class object or class reference. Compile and save this. And then on our player controller, which is in this case BPPC lobby, we can actually open this up. And we're going to make our actual spawning happen. So we have begin play. And then we're going to first make a new event. We're going to search for a custom event and call this spawn character. Then we actually need to get our chosen character class. For now, we're just going to set a default class, which is our third person character. And then we're going to drag out, and we're going to cast to BPGI base, which is our game instance class. For object, we're going to get game instance. And then we want to get a server event, which is SR underscore handle character spawn. And we're going to do a run on server reliable event. And we want our character class, which is character, of type character, which is a class reference. From here, we're gonna get character class. Then we're gonna search for our SR handle character spawn. Attach our class here. And then we can continue here. And for this, we're gonna go to our game mode to handle the actual spawning. So for that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our GM lobby, which is my game mode, and we're going to make a new function. We're going to call handle player spawn, and we have two inputs here, the player controller and also the character class. So first search player controller, object reference, and then our character class, which is of type character. This one, class reference. We first want to check if our play controller is valid, or first we're going to get our controlled pawn to make sure if we already have a pawn in the world or not. If we do have one, we want to destroy it because we're going to be replacing that one. So we can drag out from here and call destroy actor. Meaning if you already have a control pawn, meaning we actually have a player character in the game, we want to destroy that before you continue. And then we're going to also do a reroute for this. And then we're going to add a spawn actor from class. And the class type is our character. Reroute the is valid to the spawn and also directly from the destroy actor as well. And now we get a error that we don't have a spawn transform. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a new function, which is get player spawn, and then we're going to drag out, get all actors of class, and this is player start. And then we're going to just get a random player start, check if it's valid, meaning it's a valid object we can go to. And then we're going to add a return node. And for that, we're going to have a transform. transform, not character, but a transform. And then from this player start, we're going to get a get actor transform. And let's say we could not find anything, we're going to default to a default starting position. So we're going to do return node, get a local variable, transform, or do fallback transform. Then we're going to add on this. How do we know a good transform? We're going to grab our player start here. Going to duplicate a couple times so we have more spawn points. And if all else fails, we're just going to grab this one. I'm going to grab the location, the rotations are all on 0. So if we go here, we can basically copy this right here. This is 0, 0, and this is 1. This is fine. This all looks good. Now we can make sure that we do a pure and then drag it in the scene and add it here. Compile and save. And for the spawning, we want to always spawn, ignore collisions, or try to adjust location, but always spawn. So if you have two players at the same location that spawn, we're just going to adjust the location of one, making sure they always spawn. And for the owner, we want the actual player controller. So we do controller. And we're going to get the controller, which is this one that we have right here. And then afterwards, we're going to do controller again. Get controller. And then search possesses. So we actually possess a new spawned character. And now if we go back to our BPC lobby, we're going to get game mode. And then search for BP GM lobby. And then handle player spawn. And this is our character class. Controller is self. And now we can add the spawn character here. And as you can see, we don't have a player added. So let's see what happens if we spawn. We now possess a player character, as you can see here. But now we want to actually interact with this statue here, and I want to get his skin and change it to mine. So we're basically going to swap the character right here. So let's make this next. So for that, I'm going to open up this right here, character pod, and this is our on interact. And basically when we do that, I'm going to cast to BPGI base, get game instance. Then we're going to get our character class. And we're going to set it to the one that we're going to change to. So I'm going to make it instant editable so you can have multiple character pods. And we're going to call this new character class. Going to make it instant editable. Then we're going to cast to BPPC base. In this case, the lobby is fine since you only do this in the lobby for now. And I expose my controller right here. And then we're going to search for the spawn character. And now we actually need a custom class that we can do for the spawning. So for that, we're going to make a child class of our base character. And then we're going to call this BP character 1. And then we're going to change the Quinn to SKM mannequin. And then for this one, I'm going to actually set it to character 1. So now when we interact, we now spawn into our new skin. And let's test it out if we have multiple characters, making sure that it fully works in multiplayer. So we're going to do a pie window. So I have the character here. And I'm in my new skin. As you can see, works fine. And I'm swapping it to this one as well, making sure that it also works with this. And there we go. Now we can basically swap to any skin that we want. And you can also make sure that you have multiple character skins, and you can make variations of this, or you can add attachments on your character that you can spawn afterwards. So hope you guys like this video, and see you on the next one.